Want to move your body but can't find the time? Here's how I fit in postpartum fitness with a baby and a busy schedule. We'll cover realistic fitness and diet, quick ways to add movement into your day, simple home workouts for busy moms, staying consistent with little time, mindset shifts for postpartum fitness, and my current postpartum fitness routine. Today I'm sharing some realistic postpartum fitness tips, how I stay active while juggling mom life, work, and everything in between. So if you're a busy mom who wants to move your body without the pressure of bouncing back, this video is for you. Let's get into it. So first I want to touch about the pressure of bouncing back versus listening to your body. I know that the pressure of bouncing back might be getting through you right now. I know that it can be difficult to turn negative thoughts off because we see the same messaging everywhere. Be it from people we know or from social media. Society has always put the pressure on women to look good, and this becomes especially more difficult when we are pregnant, when we get into pregnancy and postpartum. No one is considering how taxing it is for your body to carry a whole human being for 9 months and then deliver the same baby and also still have to nourish and take care of it while you're still yourself trying to recover from the whole shebang. It's a lot. And that's not even counting the hormones that are going up and down and all around and everywhere with the changes that happen in our body. Taking all of that into account can help us take things into better perspective and be more realistic with our fitness and diet goals. Why does that matter? It's important because when we're not realistic, we're essentially setting ourselves up for failure. If we have goals that are way too ambitious, we are not going to be able to celebrate the small wins because small wins are not going to look like much. They're going to feel inadequate even when we're making progress. This in turn demotivates us and then might also influence us to just give up on the goals. In contrast, having realistic goals helps us to recognize that we're going in the right direction and will motivate us to keep going. So, what are some quick ways to add movement in your day? Taking the stairs instead of the lift, walking everywhere where possible instead of taking the car, dancing and playing around with your baby and your kids are some of the easy ways that you can incorporate movement every day. We already carry our babies and maybe even our toddlers all the time. And so that's, when you think about it, a sort of weight training. Sometimes I dance while I'm carrying them or put them on my shoulders and then walk around or like suddenly do a sprint, and they love it. And it's such a great way to bond with them while also helping me to stay active. Here are some easy home workouts that I've been doing with just a yoga mat and some light weights. I make sure that I drink enough water throughout the day, so I also start my day with a tall glass of water. By the end of the day, I'm usually able to drink 2 to 2.5 liters of water. I plan and prep my meals weekly because that's the way that I found that it makes it easier for me to be mindful of what I consume. I basically just sit down for 30 minutes, check what we have in our pantry or in our freezer or refrigerator, and then also look for meal ideas and recipes that I've been seeing and saving myself. I have several recipes on Pinterest or on Facebook or on Instagram, and I have these saved in specific folders so that it's easy for me to look for them afterwards, and then I just go through them and see which ones look nice for me to cook for the next week. Once I do that, I just create a grocery list, so I'm ready for going to the grocery and I have a list of exactly what I need for these meals. Once you've done this a few times, it makes things very efficient and it'll save you so much time. I try to prep my meals beforehand and I always make sure to cook at least 4 servings per meal so that I can just freeze the rest of the meal that we didn't finish. That makes it so that I don't need to cook for one of the meals or 2 of the meals depending on how much I've cooked already. I actually have a video on how I do that and I'm going to link it right here as well. Similar to meals, I also try to prep my snacks when I can because I find it so easy to just grab something quickly, and that usually leads to not the best choices because I'm just trying to appease my craving and then trying to find something that I can immediately grab and go. It honestly does take a little bit of more of time to prep, but it really helps so that it's already something that I have ready to go and it's already waiting for me. I just need to grab it from the fridge and then I have a healthier option. As moms, we have so much things on our plate with a limited amount of energy, and so we need to be mindful of how we're using it. I find that when I eat well, it does impact my energy and keeps them up, but in a sustained way. Now that I'm more used to eating pretty good, I notice that when I don't, then I do feel the impact of it in my body. It doesn't have to be anything drastic, but sometimes I would have belly pains or I just don't feel good or I just feel like I don't have enough energy, so it really definitely does impact our body as well. However, I'm not perfect and I'm not preaching here saying that I'm eating clean and being perfect 100% of the time. Definitely not, because I love my sweets. I have a sweet tooth myself, and so I subscribe to the 80-20 rule. If you're not familiar, 80-20 rule is basically, in the diet context, is that I eat healthy 80% of the time, 80% of my diet is healthy, and then 20% of the time I let myself indulge. So I can have my cookies, I can have my sweets. Mostly it's just sweets that I'm craving. I don't really crave salty snacks as much. So I can have that 20% of the time, and then the rest of the time, 80%, is just healthier options. Setting small goals is great to stay consistent. I think when we have goals, it helps us to stay motivated because we can see the progress that we're making. Habit stacking is something that I've used time and time again to help me create a new habit. It's essentially stacking a new behavior on top of an already established behavior. The established habit becomes the trigger to do this new behavior. So for instance, I want to set up a new habit of unloading a dishwasher in the morning. And then my established habit in the morning is drinking a glass of water, so that's going to be the trigger, and then I'm going to stack another behavior here, which is the unloading a dishwasher. I'm going to do it right after I drink water. And so when I pair these together consistently and I keep pairing them together, this starts to become the trigger for this one to happen. So it becomes automatic, and then every time I drink a glass of water, it becomes so that my brain remembers, oh, after we drink this glass of water, we unload the dishwasher. So it becomes, in turn, a new habit that you've created. In a typical week, my current goal is to exercise 3 times, and I only do 20 to 30 minutes of exercise every week, and that's enough for me. That's something that I just do at home with a home workout on YouTube. I've found workouts that I genuinely enjoy, and this helps me to be able to sustain this in the long term. Rather than fast, intense workout, I actually realized that I prefer slower, controlled ones like yoga and Pilates, and so that's the kind of workouts that I've been doing. And bonus, because it also helps with my flexibility and my strength. Just done with my workout and I'm feeling so good. I always feel so good after a good workout. It wasn't anything intense or anything like that. It was actually just 22-minute home workout that was Pilates inspired. So there's this YouTuber that I've been following for years already. I have been following her since I was pregnant with my first, and then afterwards in postpartum, and then when I was pregnant with my second, I was also doing her pregnancy workouts again, and then now postpartum, I'm doing all her postpartum workout and exercises, and I love her. It's called Postpartum and Postpartum TV or something like that. I'll have a link down below because I really enjoy her videos, and she makes really good videos for working out, and it's just so calming and relaxing, and the instructions are really clear and easy to follow. So I definitely recommend her if you're looking for someone on YouTube to have some free exercise or workouts. Yeah, I've been doing her, and I've also been doing Chloe Ting for years, both of them. And yeah, I love her Pilates and yoga videos. And then for more strength training, I follow Chloe. Every time I need to work out, it's usually so hard to convince myself to start. And once I'm finished, I always feel so much better. I feel stronger, and I always feel like just good and thankful for myself for doing the workout, even if it's just 20 minutes. And I try ideally to have 30-minute workouts every week. I try to ideally have workouts 3 times a week, but usually it's like between 2 to 3, because I feel it sometimes when I don't work out and I haven't been really moving during the day, and I've been sitting way too long. Then I feel it in my body actually. Like it's as if my body has just gotten used to being so always moving every day, that when I don't, then it feels it and I don't feel good. Like I feel actually better when I'm always walking around and standing and moving and stuff. Like I feel like everything just flows better. My digestive system flows better. My blood is flowing well and stuff like that. And then when I don't, and I do like a couch potato day or something like that, then I just feel it. Or I'm just like sitting in front of my laptop the whole day and I feel it. And then I get belly pains or whatever pains, which is so interesting. And the only difference is that I just haven't been moving. So very important to move your body and to make sure that you're getting your steps in and being active. But yeah, I just wanted to say hi and encourage you to do your workout today if you haven't yet, or do it soon, because it always makes me feel better, just physically, but also my mood is much better after I work out. I feel like it's also meditative sometimes when I'm working out, because I don't usually think about other things. I'm just focused on working out and focused on how it feels in my body, the stretches, and so I love stretching because it just feels nice. It's almost like a massage, like having a massage for yourself, and it's always a nice feeling. So just working out, even just 20 to 30 minutes for like 2-3 times a week already will make a difference. And just start small. If it's something that feels like too big for you, just start once a week. Start for like a 10-minute workout, and then just try to stick with that. And once you've built that muscle, then it gets easier, and the blockages are less, the hindrances are less, or at least feels less. Once you're more used to it, it becomes a habit. So it becomes easier to keep going once you actually started. The hardest part is always starting, so just keep that in mind. So yeah, just a gentle reminder and a positive way to look at working out for you, and hopefully this helps you if you need a little bit of a push or a little bit of a reason to start working out. My daily step goal is to reach 10K, although realistically speaking, I go between 5K to 10K. And that's on top of the exercise goals that I have every week. I have like a 10K daily that I try to reach. If I don't reach it, it's fine as long as I have the minimum of 5. So it doesn't matter whether I exercise that day or not, I still want to reach the 10K ideally. And then on top of that, I also do other movements, like trying to stand when I notice that I've been sitting in front of my computer for too long, and taking breaks to stand and move around, do something that's more active. Playing with my kids, obviously, and taking the stairs help me to keep active as well. Taking a time to meal plan and to meal prep also helps me to be able to be more mindful of my food, and helps me to also enjoy the food, because that's usually the food that I crave, usually the food that I enjoy and I like when I see these recipes online. Doing the 80-20 rule helps me to keep this lifestyle in the long run, because I'm not just restricting myself and trying to be strict about just eating well and eating perfectly without having a way to still appease some cravings that I have, especially during the time of the month when we have a little bit more cravings. It's important that we give a little bit of space for that as well. So I find that the 80-20 rule really works well for me because I'm able to, for the most part, eat healthy but also still enjoy some of the things that I usually enjoy without having the guilt. Progress over perfection. Each step that you take towards your goal counts, no matter how small. Remember that before reaching the top of the stairs, you still need to take each step one at a time to be able to get there. And it's the same when it comes to our goals. Remember that incorporating daily movement accumulates over time and is going to help you to still have an active lifestyle outside of actually working out. Be kind to yourself and celebrate the small wins. Shifting your mindset to be grateful to yourself for putting in the work will keep you in a more positive headspace, which in turn will also help you to stay consistent in the long run. Thanks so much for watching. Remember that postpartum fitness doesn't have to be perfect. Every movement counts, and taking care of yourself is part of you taking care of your family. If this video encouraged you, don't forget to give a like and subscribe if you haven't already. Share it with another mom friend who needs realistic postpartum fitness tips, and come hang out with me on Instagram for more daily mom life motivation. Have a great rest of the week, and I'll see you in the next one. Bye!